So Fiverr disabled my account of over 2 years at level 2 with over 120 reviews because of this one simple thing. Hey everybody, it's Innocent here and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, please hit on the subscribe button. If you're old here, thank you so much for showing up. So I recently received a message from Fiverr which read, "Hi Innocent, your account was flagged for trying to conduct business outside of our platform. We consider this a violation of our terms of service and our policies. As a result, your Fiverr account was permanently disabled. Due to your account being disabled, you cannot log in or withdraw any funds you may have. If you have any funds available for withdrawal 90 days from now, you get an email with instructions explaining how to withdraw." Now, this is the email that I received from Fiverr, a platform that I've been working as a seller for the past 2 years. So I reached out to the Fiverr support, which somebody replied that because I've violated the terms of service, they are no more going to restore my account back, and that means that my account is permanently disabled. Now, the very dark side of this whole thing is that I cannot create any account on Fiverr again with details of myself, so that at least people will get to know that it is the same person whose account was disabled. Unlike other platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, that even if your account is temporary or permanently banned, you can create another account with the same details, sort of a change in name, and people will get to know that it is you. This is not the case in Fiverr. So I'm not going to be able to create any account under the name Sir Innocent again. I mean, which platform does that? Now, the whole thing that led to this situation is quite very funny to me, because a client chat me up saying that he wants a design. Let's assume that the client, we discuss budget X. That is what the client is supposed to pay. Now, this client, that is his first time on Fiverr, so he proceeds to go and pay or make the payment, and upon reaching the payment page, Fiverr adds $2 more to the budget that we discussed. Now, this client who doesn't understand how Fiverr works comes back to the seller to ask why Fiverr would add $2 more to the payment that he's supposed to make. Me as the seller trying to explain things to my buyer, who is his first time, tries to explain that Fiverr adds a service fee, and that is why he sees $2 more added to his account or the budget that he's supposed to pay. This client, who is on a very tight budget, decides that he can't meet that Fiverr service fee. So he continues to ask whether or not there's going to be another option. And then I replied that there is not going to be any other option, especially on Fiverr. Now, had it been that it is on PayPal, underline the word PayPal. Had it been that it is on PayPal, probably we would have been able to do something about it. Now, understand that I've been on Fiverr for like more than 2 years. I actually started working there the last 2 years. So I understand that Fiverr does not allow sellers to make mention of any third-party service, for instance, PayPal, Gmail, or exchange of contacts. You're not allowed to do that. So when I was writing the PayPal, I didn't actually write this PayPal. I instead wrote PayPal like this. Now, Fiverr will flag any sort of message that they don't want you to send to the buyer. But then what I don't understand is, why are we dealing with two parties, a seller and then a buyer, and then the buyer is given the opportunity to sort of make mention of anything like a website, make mention of anything like Gmail, PayPal, anything at all. A buyer can even send you a website for you to go and look at before you make the design or whatsoever that you want to do for them. But then the seller cannot make any such comment or message. Like, why should it be so? Again, it is their platform and they decide what to do. When you send such messages from your desktop or your laptop, Fiverr will flag it, indicating that you are going to get banned. but it was quite unfortunate that I sent this sort of PayPal, which was not the actual PayPal, but this PayPal through the mobile phone. So I wouldn't know whether or not it got flagged with that red line or not. The next thing that I received is the email. Nothing like a warning whatsoever, but a straight email indicating that I am sending the client away from Fiverr. Now, if you are following the story carefully, you realize that it wasn't a suggestion that the client should go and pay on PayPal. I was just telling him that had it been on PayPal, probably it would have worked. But since we are here on Fiverr, that is how the system works. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how my Fiverr account got disabled permanently. Now, what baffles my mind here is that what if every platform decides to ban people for mentioning third-party platforms? For instance, what if Facebook decides to ban everybody for posting their YouTube links because people will be directing people outside of that platform? Fiverr is one place that appreciates people for bringing others onto the platform, but these are the same people that are frowning on people for sending people out of their platform. So the question is, what if every platform decides to ban people for introducing others on the platform to a third-party platform? Basically, we are not going to have any sort of platform. So I think it's a very high time. I can't think for them. So what next? Creators like Roberto Blakes and then other people who talk about owning your audience. And obviously on these platforms like Fiverr or any other freelance platform or any other social media platform, you don't own the audience. Actually, you are just managing the audience. So I think it's high time creators like us, or if you're a graphic designer, you put it at the back of your mind that if you are working on a Fiverr platform or any other freelance platform, you don't put all your eggs in that particular basket. You don't generally depend so much on them, because anything like this can happen to you at any point in time. When I posted this message that Fiverr has deleted or disabled my account, I've received several messages from people whose account has also been taken away from them, including others from different platforms or different freelance platforms. So as a creator, what you have to do is you need to get a platform that you're going to own your audience. And as explained by Roberto Blakes and the likes of Satori Graphics, the best way is to get a website that is going to hold your portfolio, and then you can direct people to them. Make use of email list, keep an email list of people, actually clients that you're going to, because a platform like Fiverr will not allow you to exchange contacts. And that means that if you work for a client and you don't find your ways and means to contact the person outside of the platform, the client remains over there. And in case your account is disabled like mine, that means you lose the client forever. So the next thing is I'm going to set up my website. I've been so much sleeping on it. Roberto Blakes and the likes have been talking about this for a very long time, but I was paying deaf ears to it. But when this happened, I think it's a reminder that I should own my audience. So I'm going to be launching my website very soon. And if you are a creator out there who works on any of these platforms, you should take that into consideration as well. Nonetheless, if you are just starting out as a graphic designer, I think these platforms are a very great place to find your first few clients or actually make contact, because it is quite very difficult if you are starting out and you have no connection, you have no source of traffic that pulls people to your website. I think it is a great way to start from these platforms, but you don't put all your eggs in one basket. So the next question is, should you trust these platforms? Well, I wouldn't say you shouldn't trust them, because like I just said earlier, it is a great way to start off, especially if you don't have any background. But then you have to be extra careful how you thread on these platforms, especially Fiverr, because most of these platforms honestly don't care about you. They care about the buyers, because they feel like the buyers are bringing in the money and the buyers are making the payments most often. So they are more considerate, they are more thinking about how to please the buyers and not thinking about the sellers, the one providing the value. They don't think about them. So if you are on any of these platforms, this should serve as a lesson to you, because it has taught me a lot. An account that I've used over 2 years to build, with all these reviews and reputation and everything, just went down just by saying a single word like PayPal. So if you are a creator, I hope this serves as a lesson to you, and I hope you put in measures and ways to actually own your audience and not depend so much on these third-party platforms like Fiverr and then the rest. But nonetheless, this is not going to stop us from pursuing the freelance journey. We're going to give our shot to other platforms. I recently got my Upwork account approved, so I'm just migrating to Upwork, and I'm going to see how Upwork also works. So if you have any tips and strategies, or if you've been using Upwork for quite a while, leave the tips in the comment section. Will be so very helpful. And if anything like this has ever happened to you, that you're on a platform and then you got banned without even understanding it, share your story in the comment section, as other creators would definitely benefit from it. So yeah, basically that's it. That's everything that happened. I hope you've learned a thing or two from this video. Don't forget to leave a like on this video so that others will get to know this, and then be very careful how they work with these platforms. Thank you so much for sticking around to watch this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It's Innocent here, and bye.